Hey guys, it's Sheridan. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually going to be doing a first impressions video on the NARS Sheer Glow foundation. I know that this is like old news, but I only just picked it up, so I thought I may as well film a first impressions video. I bought the pump to go with it because I was like, why wouldn't I, you know? It makes it so much easier. But then you can't put the lid back on. The pump like twists so that you can like lock it, which is a good thing. But I was kind of like, well, now it just doesn't have a lid. Like, it's kind of stupid. The explanation type thing says, Sheer Glow's silky fluid delivers immediate hydration, even skin tone, and leaves the skin brighter and more radiant. Used daily, your skin's texture improves over time, becoming softer, smoother, and more luminous. Sheer Glow foundation provides weightless and buildable coverage with a natural radiant finish. And it says it's for normal to dry skin tones. Hopefully it lives up to its expectations because so many people rave about this product and I only just got my hands on it. So I'm hoping that I love it as much as everyone else does. Fingers crossed. I'm only going to prime half of my face just to see like if it makes a difference, and I'm going to be using the Savvy Smooth Finish Primer. I'm going to prime the left side of my face. Your right, my left. I haven't actually used this primer before, so that's probably not a good idea, but oh well. I'm gonna put down one pump just onto a little like palette thing. Alright, I'm gonna get out one pump. Anyways, one pump is about that. It's actually not as runny as I expected it to be. Like, it's not running completely down, but it is slowly like dripping. I'm going to apply this with a damp sponge just because I find that all of my foundations go on better with a sponge. So it's definitely like sheer, but we'll see if we can build it up. It seems to be going on quite nicely. I'm not finding it hard to put on as such. Okay, so that's one layer on this half of my face. It's evened out my skin tone pretty well. It's got like probably like light to medium coverage with just one layer, I'd say. But like, yeah, you can definitely see how much it's evened out my skin tone when you compare the two sides. I'll go on to the other side, just what's left there. Okay, so that is one layer of foundation over my whole face. I did find that it kind of went on a little bit nicer and easier on the side that I primed, but there's not really any surprises there. The finish is really like nice. Hopefully it doesn't go cakey when I add another layer. Okay, so I'm going to add another layer. It's definitely buildable coverage and it hasn't gone cakey at all. Like, you can see that there's something on my face. Like, it doesn't just look like skin, I wouldn't say, but it looks nice. But yeah, so it's definitely gone from like a light to medium to a medium to full-ish, I would say. It's still showing all like my freckles and stuff, but I have no problems with that because, I mean, they're my freckles. Like, I don't really have any problem with them. So I'm going to do another layer on this side of my face. Okay, so that's 2 coats on both sides of my face now completed, and I mean, I can't really notice any difference between the primed half and the non-primed half. I actually really like it. It's not too like sticky, but I would still set it. I was kind of expecting it to be really dewy and crazy, but it's not. It's just got like a nice, I don't even know if you'll be able to see it, but it's just got a nice kind of natural glow kind of thing to it. But yeah, I think it looks really nice. I quite like it. There doesn't claim to be any SPF in the foundation, so I'll test out some flash photography and see how it goes. It photographs actually really nicely. I can't really see any flashback. The flash is directly onto my face, so there's like a little bit, but nothing like crazy. Once you've got the rest of your makeup on, you've powdered, you've bronzed and everything, I think it would look totally fine. The foundation is actually really settled into my skin now, but I am going to apply a little bit of powder anyway, and this is just the Australis Fresh and Flawless in Deep Natural. I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of that just to kind of get that stickiness off so that everything else can blend into it. I'm going to take another photo with flash just to see if like the powder and the concealer do anything, if that makes any sense. So this powder gives off a bit of a white cast. I still think that if you've got your bronzer on and everything, it might be okay, but there's definitely a bit more flashback than there was when it wasn't powdered. might want to keep that in mind. If you've got dryish skin like me, you might be able to get away with not powdering. I don't know. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. It's lived up to my expectations, to say the least, at the moment. So I will check back with you in a couple of hours. It is currently 1:10, so it's actually pretty late. But yeah, I'll check back with you once I've finished the rest of my makeup, and then we'll see how we go. So I'll see you all like in 2 seconds once the rest of my makeup is done. Okay, so I'm finally back from doing the rest of my makeup. It's now 3:15. I know it's been ages, but I was in the middle of filming a tutorial on this eye look and then my camera died, so I had to wait for that to charge before I could continue going on with the rest of the tutorial. And yeah, I'm finally back. The foundation actually looks really nice still. The only thing is that I find with all of my foundations that it like wears off this area of my face, both sides. It's kind of worn off more on this side where I didn't have the primer, but other than that, like, they're kind of the same really in terms of the way that they look. This side has a little bit more creasing like in my smile lines compared to the side that wasn't primed. It's gone a tiny bit oily on my chin, so I think that's 2 hours that I've had it on now. It's gone, yeah, a little bit oily on my chin, but my chin is kind of the only oily part of my face basically, so with majority of foundations I find that that's where it tends to go oily first. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with the way it's going, and I'll check back in a couple more hours just to see how we're going with it. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I'm back with another update. It is now 5:38 p.m. I'm pretty happy with the way the foundation's going. Sorry about the lighting, by the way. I use natural lighting. It has gone a tiny bit more oily just on my chin, but like I said, that is where my foundation generally goes oily anyway, so that doesn't bother me too much. I think it still looks really stunning. It's very glowy. Yeah, I feel like the tip of my nose is a tiny bit oily, which is kind of weird. But yeah, other than that, it's actually looking really, really nice. I think my foundations look nicer once I've been wearing them for a bit more, like a bit longer. I don't know why, just because of my dry skin, I find it a lot nicer the way my foundation sits once it's been sitting on my skin for longer. So I'll put my foundation on at, like in the morning, and then I'll prefer the way it looks 3 hours or 4 hours after I've been wearing it rather than as soon as I put it on. So yeah, same goes with this foundation. I think it looks a bit nicer now than it did 4 hours ago when I first put it on. But so far, so good. I'm really liking it. It looks good on my dry skin, and yeah, I will do another update in a couple of hours and we'll see how it goes. Okay guys, so I'm back for the final update of this foundation. It's now 9:48. I've had it on for about like 8.5 hours ish. I'm also really sorry about like the background and the noise and everything. So yeah, basically I'm really happy with the way the foundation looks at the moment. It hasn't gone cakey at all. On my chin, where it was oily earlier in the day, it's not anymore, which is kind of really weird, but I'm not complaining about that. It's just seemed to kind of settle in. It doesn't look bad in that area. I might have rubbed a little bit of it off. Maybe that's why it doesn't feel oily anymore, like I've accidentally rubbed it off. But other than that, like, I wouldn't touch this up at all, which I wouldn't normally do with a foundation anyway. So yeah, I am still really happy with it. I would definitely recommend it to anyone with dry skin. I think it's definitely lived up to my expectations. I was a little bit worried because spending that much money on a foundation is really kind of daunting and worrying, especially when you don't know if it's going to work out for your skin. So I'm very, very relieved that it has worked out fine on my skin. So yeah, I hope you all really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!